Institute. I'll be presenting GHATA project with my colleague Hala Abdulmalak from Design and Flow, New York. Currently, the Middle East is witnessing the largest humanitarian crisis in the Second World War. Syria alone has more than half of its population either internally displaced or sought refuge in neighboring countries. Lebanon is hosting the largest per capita of refugees worldwide. These refugees are sheltering either in collective shelters or in informal tented settlements with very low access to basic services. Out of the 1.5 million refugees in Lebanon, in a country with a total population of 4 million and the size of 10,500 square kilometers, which is pretty small, we have 55% school-aged children, and 60% of them are out of school. That's almost 500,000 refugees are out of school. There are various factors contributing to this very high number of out-of-school children, among which is prejudice, poverty, child labor, limited mobility, security threats, and most importantly, the inadequate shelter, inadequate built environment. So this framed the background of our project, GHATA. GHATA means cover in English. GHATA aimed at bringing education to refugees enduring a protracted crisis. The design is built based on refugees building practices and strategies using locally found material that's found abundantly in the local market with a very low cost. Two refugees can assemble a 20 square meter unit in 6 hours, assemble it in 3 hours, and relocate it back whenever they want to move to another location. It endures severe weather conditions, and it has a lifespan between 10 to 15 years. We ran simulation analysis on our first structure looking into structural and environmental factors to ensure safety and sustainability of our intervention before starting to assemble our GHATA campuses. We have assembled till now 10 schools in Lebanon. Every school has between 600 to 900 students, so we have a total of 5,000 children refugees annually. From the day we choose the land in close proximity to where refugees live, prepare the ground in 2 days, assemble the units in 4 days, we open up our school on the 7th day. These campuses are built in the tented settlements or within the collective shelters.
The GHATA was also assembled during New York Design Week as a public installation to allow people to experience firsthand what the refugee conditions were on the ground. And I built it myself with a colleague in 1 day, and we dismantled it in half a day using local material, following the same application strategy employed in Lebanon. The GHATA project, though, is more than just a physical shelter design. It plugs into a bigger system solution, where we're looking at designing restorative built environments that ensures dignity and normalcy to refugees. And the educational programming we offer also reflects that. There are holistic educational programs that provide high-quality education on the par with the education you would expect for your own children. These kids deserve that. Currently, the GHATA offers primary and middle school education, vocation training adapted to local and market needs, university bridge program, we have a lot of integrated online and blended learning across the curriculum, allowing refugees connection to the rest of the world, as well as access to the latest technologies. The entire framework is embedded within the community, so cultural programming is also an integral part of this intervention. The GHATA, because it's anchored in the community, is really become a center point for these refugee camps, and it's expressed in the personalization of the school through arts, gardening, and other activities. So the schools become a focal point for the children, their families, and the teachers to celebrate their local culture.
To do this pilot study in the GHATA project, to look at the impact of this restorative built environment on, number one, the level of the stress of the kids. We assume that the project, our hypothesis is that the GHATA project reduces depression in the kids, reduces the stress, reduces anxiety, increases knowledge attainment and education, and also probably, hopefully, have some impact on the family as well.
The displacement of refugees lasts on average 17 years. The GHATA offers a humane alternative to tents that only last 3 to 6 months on the ground. It is an impactful design with a successful track record that is both a contextualized and scalable solution, shifting bleak conditions and seeding the much-needed hope for refugees for a brighter future.